Welcome back to Unmute Yourself. I'm your host, Jennifer Carter, and this podcast is about lifting the curtain on leadership, purpose, and the real stories behind women who dared to do things differently. We'll talk about how they found their path, the struggles along the way, and how they built something that truly matters. These are normal people doing extraordinary things because I want you to know you are extraordinary too. My guest today is Shelbi Davenport, an advocate, leader, and change maker who is deeply committed to making sure people feel seen, valued, and included. Shelbi graduated from Texas A&M University with a degree in university studies, emphasizing agricultural leadership and a minors in communication and youth development. She also earned the first peer-to-peer training certification in the state of Texas, a milestone that reflects both her leadership and her belief in the power of community support. Shelbi has played a critical role in advocacy efforts, including helping advance Texas House Bill 2081, legislation that expanded funding for post-secondary programs for people with disabilities. She currently serves as the program coordinator for HOPS, a certification program supporting individuals with disabilities, and is continuing her education by pursuing a master's degree in mental health. What drives Shelbi is deeply personal. Growing up with a disability, she knows what it feels like to be excluded. And she has made it her life's work to ensure others don't experience that same hurt. Shelbi believes advocacy starts with self-belief and grows through action, courage, and community. Shelbi, I am so honored to have you.
Thank you. I am honored to be here. That was a great introduction.
Your bio blows my mind. You've done so much in such a short amount of time. So let's go ahead and get started with your why. You've said your goal is to make everyone feel included and valued. And where did that commitment begin for you?
When I was in high school, and I was told no by my high school counselor that I couldn't take college classes because college was not for me. I would just stay at home and flip burgers all my life. Well, I decided, no, you're not going to tell me that because I have dreamed of going to Texas A&M for a really long time. And so I met my transition officer in high school that showed me a post-secondary program at Texas A&M for individuals with disabilities. And that's what kind of started the fire. I knew that I was going through this, but I also knew I wanted to be a traditional student as well. So that's what gave me the confidence and self-determination to go on to college and make things happen.
I love that someone told you no and you're like, absolutely not. You're not telling me no. I'm doing this anyway because this is what I want. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
So growing up with a disability, what experiences shaped your desire to advocate, not just for yourself, but for others as well?
So I grew up in Milano, Texas, which is a really small town, population 400, and we didn't really have anything for people with disabilities. So I never thought anything of it. I was included in everything up until junior high when people start having cliques and being mean and stuff. And so then I started noticing, why are people treating me this way? What's going on? And then my mom eventually told me what was wrong and why I was having these odd meetings with teachers to talk about me. And I thought, that really makes sense. So I went on through high school. I had odd meetings. I had trouble doing homework. That was really the only thing that was
Mhm.
troubling during that time. When I went through the post-secondary program after high school, I noticed my other friends that that were like me, because I never have been around anyone like me before who has a disability, and it was amazing to see the growth in my friends, but also in myself. And that's when I took the the time to become the first ever peer to peer support person in Texas because I noticed that there's a lot of people out there struggling and they don't have the resources. They might live in a small town like I did. They
Mhm.
wouldn't know there were things 45 minutes away from them that they could do. So I just the drive in me started in 2017 when I got certified, but the big ultimate drive was when I was told no because that's what started the fire in me. But noticing that there's many people out there that have also been told no makes me want to go forward and put an end to that.
Amen. I love it. Do you remember the moment where you realized that your voice could actually create change beyond just for yourself?
So, when I became certified as a people planning together trainer in 2017, and what that is a trainer who can talk to individuals with disabilities like that peer to peer. So, I have one example. My very first training, there was a student in there who was nonverbal and did not really communicate very well with any of the other people, any other students. But when I went to him, I was able to get many words out of him. I don't know how. God gave me this talent,
Yeah.
but I was able to help him put a plan together and see what he didn't like and what he wanted to do for fun. And so I think that moment, or I know that moment, is what started, okay, Shelby, you need to keep advocating for these
Right.
people. Your voice is making a difference. And so that is what started it for me.
That's amazing. It sounds like you are a superb communicator with a deep care for people.
Mm,
And I know, self-advocacy can be hard.
mhm.
For me, it's easier to stand up for someone else than yourself. And, especially when systems aren't built to support you. So how did you learn to speak up for you and what you need?
When I started my journey at Blinn, and I was having trouble in the classes with professors not abiding by my accommodations and giving me what I needed. From that moment, I thought, okay, if I'm going to do this, then people need to work with me and assist me the way I need it. So that's what kind of it was hard at first because, I wanted to just say, okay, don't worry about it. It's fine. But no, if I was determined to do this like I set my mind to, then they needed to do what I needed
Right.
to support me.
Were you ever afraid?
Mm, I was afraid of getting like, doing the application process to A&M and getting rejected. That was my biggest fear. Because I knew that A&M is a really big
Right.
university and they don't just let anyone in, even if you have a disability. You still have to do everything as traditional students. So that was probably my biggest fear because my mom graduated from there. She's always talked about A&M, how she wanted me to go. And so that was my biggest fear, the unknown of that. But I mean, I did it and prayed really hard, so I didn't get rejected.
You just did it even though you were afraid.
Mhm.
And
I
talking go ahead.
and that's my motivation for today. You just have to step out in faith and go and do it, even if it scares you. Just do it and then try again if it doesn't work the first time.
You just keep going.
Mhm.
I love it so much because you're so action oriented. And it sounds like even though you're told no, or you might be nervous about something, you do it anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you wish more people understood about how powerful small acts of self-advocacy can be?
I wish other people would actually listen to to the voices of the people with disabilities, but also listen to themselves, because I feel like many people want to please others and want to make it look good on the outside
Yeah.
and kind of make them feel good. But that just works for a moment and then that goes away. So people really need to stop and actually decipher, what do they want? What do they want out of this life? What makes them feel good? Um, what other people are around them that will help motivate them? Find those people in your life that will help build your self advocacy skills up. I find that the biggest barrier is you and overcoming yourself and your thoughts. I have struggled with this a lot and I still do, but I'm you just got to, like I said before, keep going, keep doing it, and I mean, if you don't get it right the first time, don't give up. Keep trying.
Right. And when you're feeling stuck, what's the first thing that you do to get yourself unstuck?
Pray.
Yeah.
I find myself talking to God in those moments and saying, okay, you put me here on this earth for a reason. You gave me this disease that I am thankful for because it's allowed me to meet these other incredible people and do what I'm doing. So please show me what you would have me do. And that's my biggest motivator, is finding motivational verses, listening to praise music, just asking God, take reins over what you would have me do, because I would not be here today without him.
Wow. So you are really listening to God for your purpose. And it sounds like you have so much trust and
Yes.
faith.
Yes, ma'am. I do. I just gotta have it, cuz I mean, why not? What else can I have?
Right. Okay, girl, let's talk about working on the Texas House Bill
Yes.
2081. How did you how did you even get started in this? It's so like the legislature can be so intimidating. How did
Oh,
that start?
it's been so, I actually am on the board for the Arc of Texas and the Public Policy Committee. I am on that as well. And so I heard that they were trying to get this bill passed and they needed people's testimonies. And I work in a post secondary program myself, and I went through a post secondary. So I thought, why not just share my story? Why not just try? And if it doesn't pass, it will be okay, because they have tried to pass this bill several times now and it hasn't. And in my mind, I thought, it's probably not going to pass again, but I want to try and see what I can do to help support this. So, myself and three other people, we wrote up our testimony of our lived experience and how post secondary programs affected our life. And the Public Policy Committee over at the Arc of Texas was helping us get into the Capitol and get our testimonials where we could read them in front of people that actually mattered and wanted to listen to us.
Right.
And so we went to the house first. We talked in front of the house, and yes, it was very intimidating. I am a professional public speaker, and so I do not get intimidated easily. But when you go into the House and all of these congressmen and women are sitting up on stage looking directly at you, that is very intimidating. And so anyway, I was nervous. I was shaking. My leg was shaking. There were butterflies the whole time. And then they called my name to get up and speak. And let me tell you, Jennifer, as soon as I got in front of that mic and my mouth opened, you just couldn't stop me. I mean, I just kept saying why I want to do this, what this means to me, and how this will help others come after me. And so then we heard that after the testimonials, it was getting into the House floor. So it has to go onto the House floor to be voted on. And so the Public Policy Committee made connections where myself and the other advocates could go and watch the bill being passed or whatever on the House floor. And so we got there, and it was pretty cool because when the bill came up, they chose my testimony to read on the House floor. So they said my name
Oh my
in front
gosh.
of the whole House floor. It brought so many tears to my eyes. I was so happy. The camera pointed to me and the other advocates because they said their names too. So I thought that was really cool. And then they took a vote and it passed on the House floor. And immediately, one of my friends on the public policy team got a message that said, okay, it's time to go to the Senate and read the testimonies. And I was like, oh my gosh, we can't get a break.
You're like, come
And
on, Shelby. Yeah.
yeah. And so we went over to the Senate and did the same thing. We read our testimonies. And then afterwards, we got to take pictures with the senators and everything. And we didn't get to go to the Senate to watch it being passed because that happened a few weeks later. But we we got the text that it was passed and it was being sent to the governor's office for signature and everything was good. So that was like super exciting. For our celebration, we got asked to come back to the Capitol and we got a private meeting with the author from the House and the author from the Senate. And we got to actually go on the House floor and got presented with the House bill. And then the senator actually told me privately, he said, come to my office. I'll give you our signature on the bill. So I actually have both the House and the Senate signatures. It's in my office at A&M.
That's
So
amazing.
I'm very proud of the work of myself and my other friends, and I just feel like our voices needed to be heard, and they were actually heard, and that just, oh my goodness, I'm so overjoyed by that. I still go back sometimes and watch the video of
Good for
my name
you.
getting called on the House floor.
Like, did you ever think when you were a little kid, like, this is what your life would be?
I did not. I have always dreamed of going into public policy, but I never knew this would be my start.
Wow. Are you working on anything else in the public policy realm?
So I got notified just the other day that as of January 1, the funding for the bill that we helped get passed is still in somewhere. Texas Higher
Oh, yeah.
Education. It has not been dispersed. And so my plan is to get to the Capitol and ask why and see what I can do to help push this forward. But also, I am currently working with one of my friends who's also a self advocate. He has been trying to get this Medicaid bill for different medications that are really helpful to
Right.
get that passed. And so that's my next goal for 2026 and hopefully ending in 2026. But if not, I'm going to continue until it does get listened to. And
Relentless, Shelby. I'm here for it. I love it. Now, speaking of your leadership skills, you keep on going.
Mhm.
So, you, in your role with the HOPS program, you work directly with individuals with disabilities. And what does inclusion look like when it's done well?
It looks like people are getting the life they want when it's done well. So for our HOPS program, we have a 6-week summer prerequisite program where the students come and live at Texas A&M with me and other 4 staff members. And it's so fun to see the community that is being made just within those 6 weeks. I get to see them in the beginning of the 6 weeks when their parents come and drop them off and they're boo-hooing and not wanting to stay but this year I noticed that it was just the parents boo-hooing and not wanting to leave their students. And the students were like, I'm fine, leave me, let me go. Because I was the one boo-hooing when my mom was leaving me for
Yeah.
my 6-week program. But I'm glad she did because
Right?
I blossomed from it. And that's what I see in these students. For instance, I had one student come up to me a couple of weeks into the summer and he said, I've never been at a table where people are just like me.
Wow.
And I thought, there you go. That's why I do what I do.
Tell me why
It
that's important. Tell the listeners why that's important.
it's it's important for everyone to be seen and everyone to be heard. I was not seen and heard for several years, but going through a post-secondary program and finding people that are in your village that can come behind you and support you will allow you to be seen and heard. And so that I feel like is motivating me to want to do more. Yes, I love my job, but there is so much more that Shelby Davenport is going to do within the next years to come.
I can see it. So what are you up to in 2026? What's going on? I know you talked about getting funding for the
Mhm.
bill. What
Yes,
else
ma'am.
are you up to?
So the Arc of Texas has a travel around Texas and and that's starting in the middle of March. And so I'm going to do that. I've never done that before, but I thought it would be pretty cool to get my voice out there and let other people feel heard and valued. And I am not connected with an ARC in Bryan College Station. So I would really like to see what other people are doing and
Right.
maybe even start my own community in Bryan College Station. And so that's what I'm starting the year off doing. I am also turning 30 this year.
Woohoo!
I will be 30 in a couple of weeks, matter
Happy
of fact.
birthday.
Thank you. And so I feel like 30 is going to be my year of growth and perseverance. And I am just open and ready for anything life throws at me.
I love it. I love it. So, for anyone listening who wants to make a difference but doesn't know quite where to start, what would you tell them?
I would say find those people in your life that will help you get resources. I am one of those people. If you want to reach out to me, I would love to connect with you. If you want to reach out to Jennifer, she's another big one that can be a part of your village. But I would also say just be open to listening to other people, listening into the goodness that they pour into your life, and be open to trying new things because, I mean, you only get one life. Why not live it to the fullest and be the best you can be? But I also want you to know that I am here for you. And even though I might not know you directly, I am 100% backing you up because I know that you can.
Oh my gosh, you bring tears to my eyes, Shelby. There's I have one particular subscriber who is actually a middle schooler, um, who has a disability and is right now going through some bullying in the middle school space, which I know you briefly touched on. What do you say to all of those middle schoolers or young people who are being discluded.
That's really hard, and I am very sorry that is happening, but I want you to know, do not give up. Keep going. The reason people bully is because they are mean. They are mean people. They don't have anything else better to do with their lives. But I want you as an individual to just be you. Just be yourself. Just keep shining your brightness wherever you go. And they're little people. They won't matter in the long run. You are the one who matters. You are going to be the difference maker. So stay strong, and I know right now that you might not see it, but let me tell you from someone who was impacted by that you will be okay and you will come out of this stronger.
Amen, Shelbi Davenport. Ah, man, this could go on forever. Okay, so time is flying. I just have a few quick fire questions for you. So just answer with the first thing that comes to mind. Okay, what's a bold idea you've had recently that scares you just enough to try it?
The idea. Um, Putting myself out there more is, I think, a big, bold idea that I've had recently. I have my own podcast too. So just doing more with that, but also putting it on a different platform and getting more and more people's words out and finding different varieties of ways I can maneuver through putting myself out there.
Yeah.
I
What's the name of your podcast and where can people find it?
It's called Shelby Show, and you can find it on Spotify or Pandora. I also have a Facebook show called The Shelby Show that comes out every second and fourth Monday. So my next one will come out next Monday at 8:30 a.m. And I just interview other people and let them get their resources out. I also share a story of something I have done and that has impacted my life. So I think my bold idea is doing that more, putting
Beautiful.
myself out there.
Beautiful. I'm here for it. I can't wait. I can't wait, Shelby. Okay. If you could unmute one topic people aren't talking about enough, what would it be?
Accessibility.
Amen to that.
That's
What
huge.
huge?
Yes.
What's one small daily habit that's had a big impact on your mindset?
Journaling.
Oh,
I've recently started that, and I'm not a big writer. I don't like writing things, but I've had a lot on my mind recently. And so, I mean, it takes me like probably 5 minutes because I just write down words that come to my mind.
yeah, get it all out.
Mhm.
Okay, if listeners could take one action, not just an idea after hearing this, what should it be?
Just do it.
Just
Go
do
out
it.
and conquer. Yeah.
I love it. Go out and conquer. Okay, what's one word that captures who you're becoming right now?
Overcomer.
Oh, yes, overcomer. Shelby, this has been such a powerful conversation. Thank you for sharing your story and your wisdom. And before we wrap, I do like to ask two final questions. So, if listeners walk away remembering one main thing from this conversation, what do you hope it is?
You can.
And on a more personal note, what has it meant for you to share your story here on Unmute Yourself today?
To me, this has meant so much. Thank you, Jennifer, for actually listening and hearing what I have to say. I am always humbled by people asking me to come and share my story with them because, I mean, you could talk to anybody, but actually reaching out to me personally, it makes me feel so overjoyed. So I want the listeners also today to remember that you matter.
Uh,
You are an overcomer. You are important to this community. And so thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you, Shelby. I think you're going to have to come back at some point too.
I'm
It's been
ready.
great. Yeah. So how can listeners connect with you?
So my email is Shelby with an I and .betterlives@gmail.com. I also have a Facebook, just Shelby Davenport, and have an Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all that social media stuff. But also, just, yeah, type in Shelby Davenport and you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Shelby, for sharing your story. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in to Unmute Yourself. If today's conversation inspired you, please share this episode, subscribe, like, follow, and stay tuned for more stories of leaders creating work that truly fits and matters. And until next time, unmute yourself and step into the story only you can tell.